I think we'll go with the spider's nest because everything else seems like a complete and total nightmare. Where are our downstairs here? I think we left our ghostly pal up here a little bit. Might have been closer to these stairs than I would have liked. Let's just hope we don't run into any strange figures. No, we're good. Perfect. Melee, definitely get a fireball to the face. Again, like kind of perfect example of very scary, but at the very least squishy enough that we can just blast them. So anyway, I started blasting. And fireball self to kill Moth. If only we had the magic for it last time. It honestly might have done the trick. After hitting with at least one Orb of Destruction, you'd hope. Maybe, just maybe, that would be enough. There's never any guarantees in this life or any other. Hello, my broodmother friend. Hey, Ramalama, hope you're having a great day. Just had a super fun run with the Unrandar Club Shatter. Oh, nice. Yeah, that is a cool one for sure. Played really well with your overconfident charging into groups of enemies. It's nice to have some fallback in that kind of a situation for sure. But love to hear it. Definitely is a lot of fun. Most of the Unrandars in the game I'm almost always hoping to run into because they're just a lot of fun. Do I dare bring this broodmother upstairs? No, let's just go for one more Orb Destruction and try it out. The risk there, of course, was that if it didn't kill, we'd probably have to run away with the broodmother following us up the stairs. Excuse me. Apologies. Well, let's... Did you hit my Foxfire? I think the Boulder Beetle... No, they missed us. Okay, so not quite as fancy of a maneuver as I initially thought I pulled off there, but still does the trick. So I brought in the Foxfire, just trying to hit, or have them be hit by the rolling charge instead of us. Generally doesn't work out too well, but we're at the very least, we're fairly comfortable in the position we were in there, regardless of how it all shook out. And we do have to take care of these jumping spiders one at a time because they just do not want to cooperate in terms of forming a nice formation that allows us to kind of cheat them completely. So unreasonable. So unreasonable. But we'll hop down, getting confused, and there's an Orb of Destruction heading our way. Hate that. Gonna drink a curing. Should be able to escape before the Orb of Destruction comes in. Do have to be careful, actually. I just made some noise here. Hopefully not enough to call our old friend, our old pal. But we're looking good in that regard, at least for the time being here, and without further risk of getting confused, we should actually be okay to just start murdering these sons of guns. How damaging is your orb? Up to 99? So they'd have to roll max, and just barely would be lethal for us. I'm willing to risk one hit here. It does hurt, don't get me wrong. Hurts quite badly, in fact, but it does the trick, and we're making progress, so isn't that nice? It's been a bit of a rough start to the stream today. Whenever you're kind of stuck in a position where you're not really able to progress any which way, it's less than ideal, to say the least. But hey, as long as we make it out at the end of the day. No. No. Not another. You wouldn't. Unless those pharaoh ants or whatever we saw there at the end can go invisible, then that's probably another one of our old favorites. A good old ghostly moth. So, let's switch stairwells and see if we run into them again, because we will get confirmation, especially since I think we waited long enough. Just in case, I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Now that's a permanently invisible enemy if you ask me. So, well, we have a bit of a window here. I'm just going to blast. Doesn't seem like we killed anything there, so it's back upstairs we go. And I hear there's a third stairwell down here. Maybe we'll see better luck this time. Nope, immediately run into our old pal, so doing a little bit of classic ring around the rosy action. We just have to kind of keep heading back. Oh, is that a different one? Oh, we have 2 ghost moths. Isn't that fun? But this one's... Wait a second, I'm not atrophying mana out my ears here or anything. Huh. I killed something. Don't know what it was. Might have been a ghost moth. But I don't know why we wouldn't have lost our mana by there. Even just spending a single turn inside of one of those Sons of Guns usually goes horribly in that regard. But I guess we got lucky to some extent, or it might be a different enemy that I'm just less familiar with here in the new speed ray, of course. Okay, want to step out of sight. I mean, I'm probably not threading that needle, right? Speaking, of course, of our Orb of Destruction now. Apparently, our friend lost us? Hello? I don't really believe that for a moment. Huh. Sorry, I'm just waiting some turns here, hoping to have them step into the very outskirts of our vision. Because that way we could just try for another one of these combos here. Orb of Destruction, followed by Fireball. They do both hit, and unfortunately it's just not quite enough. So, what can we do here? We could bring this Ghost Moth upstairs with us, strand yet another Ghost Moth on floor 1 of Spider. Not sure how I feel about that. It's a little bit of a risky proposition to say the least, but it does at least give us some semblance of forward progression here, something to look forward to, even. This would be the stairwell to do it on as well. Still leaves these 2 open here. Again, body's not functioning correctly at all. Keeps trying to send liquids down the wrong pipe. Don't do that, Throat. Don't do that. Don't you have any source of See Invisible? Not yet in the entire game, unfortunately. Just in case I missed something at the start of Elf, I'll do another search, but no See Invisible as of yet. Would definitely solve a lot of our problems. At least we could kind of guarantee that those Orbs of Destruction are gonna stay on target, as it were. We're definitely in a little bit of a bind here, a bit of a tricky situation to say the least. Could play Gozeg Gotcha. Definitely could give it a shot. And in fact, as we continue to get more and more desperate as things progress here. Ah. Did it follow me up? Or is this our old friend from up here? I think it followed me up. So, I'm going to take the risk of getting hit a couple of times here, just to lead this buddy away from the stairs. Again, might be kind of dooming myself for the future, as it were. But we can hope that we aren't going to run into too many of our old friends that we leave around here. Or maybe invis. Moths can't see invis themselves. Ooh, that is true. I find I always forget what the qualities of ghost moths are. I always have to run into them again. Run into them, I should say, where I can actually see them and do a quick XP. But definitely a good note. So I'm gonna take this wolf spider back to the stairs. I'm a little bit scared because the pharaoh ant is going to turn them into simulacros, and we do not have very good cold resistance here, so we're going to have to just do our best to take care of that son of a gun first, wait out the death channel ability real quick, and then we can finish the job no problem. Let's just hope that there isn't a third ghost moth down here. Would be a little bit more than I can chew here. bit more than we can handle. Did we kill that Orb Spider or did it retreat? We must have killed it. Good to know. And, ooh, an un-ID'd scroll. We have been leaving some ID scrolls just lying around the dungeon. We didn't exactly have any use for them. So we can immediately get that ID'd, even to that extent here. Let's quickly /- to get to unidentified items, and we know it's one of these 4 scrolls. I would hope it's silence or requirement. Those are the 2 things we need most in life right now. So let's finish this floor first. Maybe. That might be a little bit optimistic, but I'm hoping we can attempt to finish the floor, shall we say. Maybe be a bit more realistic. Couch our guesses. Don't want to become confused, so that son of a gun has got to go. And otherwise, we should be able to finish everybody off in relatively short order, even using our little stabby rip stab to get in the final hit. It's something, all right. You know what? Fine. Let's see who wears it best. Sorry to say, Orb Spider, but it wasn't even close. You gotta shoot at the very least, my mans. Gotta try something. Ooh, and this is a fun little area. The orcs apparently tried to take over the Spider 2 branch at some point. I don't think there's any loot here that's too interesting to us. The triple crossbow is a very fun item. It is magical too. Okay, let's take a peek and see what it do. It has resistance to electricity, so I mean, I am desperate. I could keep it just for that. You know what? Staff Conjuration, you can go for now. I'm gonna hold this stat stick, this triple crossbow, just for the resistances that it potentially brings us, as wild as that may seem. And let us go to one of the closer stairs to getting out of here, and then proceed to get out of here and find some identifier real quick. Right here in layer 6, that's lovely. Colgate, on one of your Demon Spawn runs, he found the +2 Cloak of the Dolphin. Triple willpower, Dex +2, Slay +6. Yeah, that corrode negative, not even an issue on something that strong. It was fun until your weakness stinger reached level 3. That is absolutely incredible. That's exactly what we're hoping for on this run, because if we can somehow get that high amount of willpower, we have an incredible ring or amulet waiting for us in one of our Gozeg shops that we had to call earlier. So could definitely see that working out in our favor. But for the time being here, we'll pop back down. Ah, you're next to us. Our ghosty friend seemed to have followed us down. They did some exploring while I wasn't paying attention. You're not supposed to do that. At the very least, let's actually head to the stairs, then rest up. I was kind of hoping that we would actually run into this ghost moth again and have one final attempt to get rid of them. As is, we just have to be careful. If we start running, be aware that upstairs is not necessarily a safe haven. I think Weakness Stinger is only Demon Spawn mutation that prevents wearing cloaks. That makes sense. I don't actually recognize that one, weirdly enough. There was a change just a bit ago that added a bunch of Demon Spawn mutations, so it might have been a part of that whole shebang. And we'll definitely try and just blast in the middle for you folk. And Gold Distraction doing a lot of the heavy lifting there. And fortunately, only one of these spiders comes upstairs with us. I'm gonna take the risk of running over here just to ensure that if our other friend pops out of the blue, I was waiting for some comedic timing there, fortunately not an issue. But we do want to be able to retreat if they do come into view right as we're finishing off that fight. And Broodmother should go down in just a few Orbs of Destruction. They do, in fact, seem to, so that is fantastic. And so we'll just rinse and repeat, taking advantage of our stairs here. Stupid spiders don't know how to use stairs. And boy, is that fortunate for us. But there we have it. We're at least making some amount of headway here without too much initial risk. Though, as always, I'm ready to be proven wrong in that regard in mere moments. Get cornered, run into the nightmare scenario. Ooh, we are far away from our stairs right now. And this Orb Spider is going to be a bit of a pain in the rear. Same with the Spark Wasp. Don't know who invited you to the party. I sure as heck did not. Yeah, you know what? I might have to be out of there for now. Oh boy. Are we ever in a bit of a roadblock situation here? I think we might even just have to call another shop. It's one of the scenarios where I actually actively encourage calling shops in general. Save all your money for bribing. Bribing is just so strong. It's incredible. But, of course, if you find yourself stuck and not really sure what level of recourse you have available to you. Oh my gosh, all of our teleportation scrolls might be used up in this bit of a bid here. Oh gosh. I see you. I mean, I don't see you, but maybe they didn't notice us. We're slowly regenerating mana, which means they did not follow. Okay, perfect. We don't have to waste another one. There's some changes to Demon Cell mutations in 0.27, 0.26, and 0.28. Oh, so 0.28 did actually mutate again. Demon Cell mutations mutate on a meta level. Love that framing. But yeah, Spark Wasps, so when you said no electric spiders, you're right. You're right about that. What was that un-ID'd scroll? It was Torment, I believe. It was Torment. So unfortunately, not what we were hoping for. A little bit less than ideal, but go to layer 2 while we mull over our decisions here. Smart enough to summon Orbs of Destruction, but the discrete increases in elevation continue to perplex and befuddle our arachnid enemies. Yes, the science just isn't quite there yet. They've been working on it for decades, and unfortunately, lacking that first step in the problem, if you'd pardon my pun. But okie dokie. Jeez Louise. Hello, Callie. Thank you so much for the good luck, and of course, thank you for the 6 months subscription. I appreciate it a heck of a lot. Always lovely to see you around, and hope you're having a fantastic weekend. We definitely need all the luck we can get here. And Demonic Touch was another new mutation. I'll have to look at those. I have always liked Demon Spawn a lot, so definitely have to check that out. But of course, we're in a bit of a bind here, so I think I will call another merchant. I hate how much money we're spending here. It means that we will probably have to make up for it later on. I'd like to get around 12,000 gold before heading into Zot, if possible. I know it's not always. But let's do it. Hopefully get some solutions to life's problems here. As we see yet again, 2 weapon shops and a magic scroll shop. I mean, at the end of the day, don't get me wrong, a weapon could have seen visible on it. Scroll shops are always nice because could end up with more blinking, and even a single blink scroll in that scroll shop pretty much makes it worth the 808 gold. But I think we might have to go for one of these weapon shops, see maybe what Zoma has available to us. Maybe it is everything we've been missing. Could give us a way forward. At the very least, it's not too expensive, so let's check it out. Ah, the Autumn Katana. One of my favorite weapons in the game. Interesting. Very expensive, I see, unfortunately. And not great on this character. I don't think we'll be doing a lot of the whole slashy right to the face kind of maneuvers. But definitely something to think of in the future. Maybe even acquirements. Oh, dang it, you're right. Maybe I should have gone for the scroll shop. Could have given us everything we asked for. But here we are, so could start with the rapier, potentially getting something we need. It's a bit pricey for all these artifacts, considering the fact that we might just throw each and every one of them on the floor. But willpower and in +3, that's a nice combination. Not ideal for our current situation, but it's not bad, at the very least. We'll need some more willpower at some point in the future. And second of all, I wanted to buy the longsword, seeing as how that's another thing that we might be able to use in the near future here. Another resist poison, in +7 though. I mean, are we just gambling? Nailed it right on the head there. We are very much just gambling. We are throwing our gold at life's problems, hoping to get them to go away. I mean, that's a nice stat stick. The drain is a little bit rough. We'll have a hard time taking this off. Potentially. At the very least, we're not going face to face too often, and I mean, we're already at minus 20% overall health. I don't care too much about another, 5% on top of that. Probably not the end of the world. As long as we can get through this next little bit of the dungeon and keep blasting our way through life's problems, we should be okay. So this is just a better version of what we're currently wearing. So with that in mind, welcome to the club. I will really wield it, thank you very much. And short blades can go off for now. If we can afford it, don't you worry. We'll be training that to a round number for all you lovely folk out there. But for now, I'm going to switch over to long blades because we just need something. Some level of security in the near future here. All I wanted was a spellbook shop, maybe even another jewelry shop. But these things are apparently just slightly too much to ask for. Of course, with the 7 intelligence, we see a decent little boost to all of our power levels. Everything is quite castable too. So we could quickly look up, armor here, and see if there's anything we could potentially swap to and still be able to cast everything here. Evocable Invisible, not exactly what I'm looking for, the opposite of that, in fact. Oof, I thought we had one other piece of armor that was alright. Scale mail or something, but that might have been this leather armor before we swapped over from robes. Unfortunately. Its upside makes it less likely the player makes the mistake of taking it off. That's the type of silver lining thinking we need to get through this. We need that sort of optimism to just push through the rough spot and hopefully see a good future. And you nailed it there, Safid. We are going to be heading down to depths, as much as it terrifies me. And I don't actually believe this is going to go very well for us. It's something, and we might as well take a peek, shall we not? I mean, the only resistance we have available to us. The ADOM, not great though, especially in all these hallways. Oof. I think we're just gonna have to run away. I wonder. No, you are too close. Okay. Cool. Not great. The ADOM is gonna probably 2-shot us. I guess 4 shots, seeing as how it's 2 attacks per turn, but you get the idea. And now we are just further in this bind, the self-fulfilling prophecy that we've unfortunately been suffering in. What can we do here? There's always something, and it's just what level of risk are you willing to take? Do we go back to Elf, potentially facing Zephyrmancers and that High Priest? Do we go back to Vaults, face the pack of Trolls? That's actually probably the best option at the moment here, as horrible as it may seem. Well, at the very least, head to Vaults, see what we see. We said it was like 47 damage each. Oh, and you did step up to us, Final Troll. I was hoping we just have 2 of you, and I was even debating risking the step up. Oh, it's 67, by the way, as well. Sigmund? I mean, we could definitely take care of Sigmund. Unfortunately, it doesn't give us a lot of momentum in any meaningful way. So, I think we're gonna have to do something just a wee bit crazy here. I'm gonna read a teleport as we back our way into a corner here. Drink a heal wounds, even though I'm pretty sure we're going to be teleported. And this is why it was a sketchy idea. Corrosive Bolt or Damnation, both might kill us. Banishment, of course, is pretty much a pseudo sentence to death as well. We don't have any sources of silence at the moment. Gives XP and gold and a scythe wall. At least a little bit, so if we're getting truly desperate, maybe we'll give it a shot. Unfortunately, my experience isn't really going anywhere right now. I need more spells. I need more spell books. Which, I was relying on you, Gozag. You were supposed to help me out. You son of a gun. But okay, what can we do here? Damnation pretty much just barely can lethal us. No resistance is there. Corrosive Bolt will also potentially do the same, so I think I just have to try and kill you quickly enough. And we only have one more teleport scroll. Yeah, this might have just been the wrong decision overall. But what is your willpower? Too high. Chances of paralyzing you, 3%. I mean, we could go for it. The risk to end all risks. But instead, I think we'll Potion Petition. Hoping for heal wounds and curing, which we do technically get. It's expensive though. So we'll just go with heal wounds and magic. They miss us with the bolt, which means fireball has a chance. You're saying there's a chance? Okay, and nobody's nearby to hear our chaos and commotion. This is good. Another potion. What do we not have identified for potions yet? Cancellation, flight, resistance. I would want it to be resistance, but knowing us, it's probably just flight. Guess we can drop our berserk potions and at least carry it around for now. And I mean, yeah, if we're gonna run into anything, gotta hope it's Lindworms, one of the few fire damage enemies that is not also immune to set fire. And of course, it's the only resistance we have. And it's our first brand new Ironbound Thunderhawk. So now these buddies blink everywhere. I think Call Down Lightning targeting magics needs distance, I should say, to function. In that case... Nope. This was bad. This was bad. Didn't realize quite how many friends you were bringing along for the ride. Hey Brain, how's it going? Hope you're having a great weekend. You came at the perfect time to watch us flail around in our final moments. Maybe not the final moments yet, but it's been kind of trending that direction, shall we say. I'm hoping to prove it wrong. If the Thunderhulk follows us, though, you were supposed to keep following us, friend. Okay. And bringing our own friend into the mix. Then we just have to kill this son of a gun before they get too many of those shots off. Please. Fire Beast, if you could do the Lord's work here. Make sure you're taking care of these sons of guns. Again, attack, please. Less than ideal, shall we say. Yeah, you want to stand near them, but they blink now. Poorly designed enemy. But that's the thing about evolution. It will always find a way, and it makes sense from an evolutionary standpoint, does it not? Give them some kind of repercussion to what most natural prey or other predators may try and use to counteract their strengths. I would do the same if I could. Oh boy, would I ever. But our summon here is actually doing incredible work. Fantastic. We do not want to get marked by the Sentinel. Let's see what the chances of that are. 60%. Less than ideal, shall we say. So, oh no, don't want to fire in our beast's direction. Let's instead just, get the one shot. One shot, one kill. With our lovely Orb Destruction there. And then what else can I potentially do in this situation? I guess just try and kill you before you have an opportunity to work your foul magics, hey? It's something. We're holding on for dear life here. One way or another. we didn't have our little fire beast friend here, we would definitely have been suffering a lot more in this situation. Ah, another fire giant. We just saw one of your relatives down in depths. Ran away like the cowards we are, of course, but not quite as good of an option in this situation, is it? I mean, our buddy here could keep them busy. Fire breath is not going to be very helpful, but they're resistant to fire and they hit for an okay amount of physical. So let's sick them. Please stop using your fire spells. It is not doing anything, my friend. We can throw in maybe an ice blast on our own end of things to try and get the fight over with. Jeez Louise. I was really hoping that last ice blast would do the trick. As is, we're now in a rough spot. So Bolt of Fire and Fireball are both going to deal what? Like 39 damage max? So one heal wounds probably gets us there. I'm hesitant to use Potions Petition because I'm trying to regain some of our former glory when it comes to our bank account. Mind Burst is a 48% chance, and if it fails, we're in a bit of a bind. 21% chance to paralyze you. Maybe could have tried that slightly earlier in the fight, but again, slightly too late now. So last but not least, we have Summoning Scroll to potentially throw at one of life's problems. In fact, oh, maybe I should have used a Summoning Scroll instead of teleporting when I got surrounded by the trolls. We'll think of that the next time we run into them, since we're currently kind of stranded. We've forcibly stranded ourselves in this scenario to try and to work our way out naturally. But now we have enough health that I can blow that giant's mind. Wizard needs to be fireballed before we can get banished. Ah, you're still alive? But you were dead. You were supposed to be dead. Okay. Well, out of the frying pan and into the fire, as they say. Let's cross the gap real quick to these Yaktars so that we're not taking ridiculous sums of damage. Like I said, ridiculous sums of damage. Please stop. Oh no, and a Convoker. Okay, I'm gonna read a Summoning Scroll here real quick. Get some teammates thrown into the arena here. Then if we're far enough out that the Convoker isn't getting a turn until we're ready for them, which is now, then I'm going to pop forward to join my troops in glorious combat, and we can take that son of a gun out. Ah, it's about as good as it gets, hey? And you waited your sweet time to come up. Oh, the troubles never end. Just a comedy of errors, to say the least. We're going to be slowly but surely running out of tools as we continue this downward trend towards our own destruction. Maybe you can paralyze our friend here. That'd be nice. Drain magic, don't waste your time. Oh my gosh, they did it. Orb of Destruction to start out. Probably should have gotten a couple stabs in while I had the opportunity to. Hey, okay. We're still kicking, folks. It's not over yet. Fortunately, it's not over till it's over. Can probably blast you quickly enough with fireballs that you don't get any calls off to your friends. That's always good. And we will ID this potion. It's cancellation, so we do have some recourse now if we get marked by a sentinel. Let's take whichever friends did see us there on a bit of a journey. Make some noise up here, unfortunately, so we're likely to continue the trend of these lovely folks just coming in one after another, but it's at least in a manageable capacity thus far. That's all we can really ask for. Apparently, Gold Distraction kept this buddy busy long enough that we could heal up all of our magic as well. It's fantastic. Inventory full and nothing to use. Not for those specific kind of niche scenarios that we're having trouble with. At the end of the day, it's rough because we do have a lot of resources still. We have 2 summoning scrolls, we have our condenser vein, 2 blinking scrolls. We can drag this buddy out for a while, shall we say. But at the end of the day, that's not the end of the road. And so, jeez, I needed those to go through. I really needed those spells to go through. And well, on the bright side, how many more enemies can there be left on the level? Can't possibly be more than these 3, right? That'd be ridiculous. Right, game? Please? Do I bother with the condenser vein? Alternatively, it'd be like our last potion of magic, maybe even a potion petition early on in the fight here. Heal us up to full, get our magic back. We're away from walls, which is good for the frost heart here. Creeping frost isn't going to hurt quite as badly as it otherwise might. Though don't get me wrong, it's probably going to hurt. We don't have any cold resistance is the main issue there. So with that in mind, potion petition, I want magic, resistance, and heal wounds. It's that easy, Gozek. Just a little thing is the thing. We do get resistance. Might not quite what I was looking for, unfortunately. Heal wounds and magic being the other option. Oh, and invisibility. Most of the things here will be able to see invisible, but it's still something. And that's all we need right now is just the bare minimum, something. So let's hide away in our little corner. We don't get immediately marked by our new friend here, the Sentinel, so that's good. And we can wait out here. Ah, they got distracted by our gold and are not following. Hate that. Kinda hate that. I was almost hoping for some following action there, at least so we could just get the Sentinel after us. Lindworm, please. Everyone gets lost in these winding corridors, which I guess is fair enough, but still, you'd think this is your home, folks. Like, you live like this? Back me up. And rest up once more. Aha. That looks like the same buddy we saw mere moments before. Let's maybe run into them in this direction and might just be try and kill them before they get the shot. They at least have a ranged weapon, so they might use that instead. Don't you mark me. Don't you mark me. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate the thoughtfulness. I need all the life support I can possibly get here, if we're being honest. Okay, Preserver's gonna kind of ruin my day when it comes to the troll here, so I'm gonna go through our little winding cavern. And I'm actually trying to get the Preserver out of sight, but that kind of works too. I don't know, is Troll dead? Nope. I repeat, Troll is not dead. Emergency measures are still in effect. Please do not leave your homes unless absolutely necessary. Oh, geez Louise. Speaking of niche situations, when playing as Genie, it's nice to find use for niche spells that are situation good, but never worth spending spell levels on them. That's my big selling point. My favorite thing about Genie is that it's forced me into some super cool situations that I otherwise would have never have done. Having just the slow spell and the old version of Yara's Violent Unraveling as my only kind of anti-Hydra abilities whatsoever very much opened my eyes to the situational usefulness of those exact spells and how they might actually be worth it on a character that is struggling in a similar sense. This buddy also has a Blade of Distortion, so we doubly want to murder you indiscriminately. Similarly, the wizards always have to go the moment we can get rid of them. Ugly things can't open doors, always forget. Hate that. Hate that. But I was gonna say that should be enough to take care of you, but you made me look the fool, I see. In that case, I counter with some poison, my friend. There we go. Lungblades is up to 8. That's something. 401k. Oh, all gone in a blink of an eye. We're down to below 2,000 gold. Oh, it just hurts. It hurts my greed-loving heart down to its core. Let's train a little bit of evocations since, again, we're fumbling. You, my friend, get fireballed instantaneously. Sentinels and Convokers are the two that we do not want to get off even a single cast of their spells, or else it very much might ruin our days. Lose 1 AC for a Helmet of Intelligence. I'll probably take that. Oh, it looks sick too. No longer have that splash of red to accent our outfit, but now we look like a terrifying demon lord or something, so it would be nice if that counted, right? We could go for more spellcasting as well. Don't have a lot to spend it on, but I guess it does give us more total magic points, so that's nice. And it works towards whatever spells we may end up coming across in the future to potentially solve life's problems. So, you know what? I like the sound of that. Let's give it a shot. And we'll just train up to 14. Again, giving just some caps along the road here, so we have some benchmark of where we're at.